All right, so today we are going to play on Facebook. We're going to go over how to boost a post on Facebook, and of course, doing it the right way. We'll go over some do's and don'ts a little bit on Facebook, but this, more importantly, is to show you how to boost an ad. All right. So, a couple things just to kind of state right up front. When using Facebook, really either personally on your personal page, which is what this is, um, or on a business page, you just really want to make sure that you're using professional etiquette, that you are protecting the Roush Coleman brand. As well as your own, really. So, no foul language, no complaining. Come on. About your company. No, anything that's questionable. If you get that thought in your mind, hey, is this a bad idea? Then it is a bad idea. Don't do it. Okay. So there's a couple things I'm just going to point out real quick. So again, this is my personal Facebook page. Welcome. I know you're probably thinking, does anybody have a Sea-Doo for sale right now? So if you know Dax here, then he's looking for a Sea-Doo. Go ahead and reach out. Obviously, he's got some people that are replying to his post right now. So moving on, your Facebook page, your personal Facebook page, you can't actually boost posts on. So keep that in mind. There's not really a way to do that. You're actually going to have to create a business page. Okay, so I'll probably do a second tutorial on how to create a business page, but for now we're just going to toggle over to mine. So we're going to pretend for a moment that you already have a business page. All right, so toggling between the two, a couple ways you can do that, but from what I've found, the easiest way to do so is by clicking this little drop down arrow right here. Okay. So when you click that, it's going to show you all the different groups and things like that that you're a part of, or that you currently own, or any of your pages, right? And the one we're going to use today is this one here. So just, it's under my name, which I think is a great idea for those of you that are actually going to set up a business page, because it really separates you not only from the brand of Roush Coleman. You don't want to represent Roush Coleman, so you don't want Kevin Kuhn at Roush Coleman in your script. Don't put the words Roush and Coleman anywhere in your title to your business page. It's just not a good idea. Okay, so I've got my personal name, my name here, because again, it's personal. People like that. It's authentic. It's who I am, and of course, I'm representing myself. Now, going down, you can actually create some different posts and things like that. So what we're going to do today is boost a post. Well, we've got to have a post to boost first, so we're going to create that real quick. Now, what I like to do is I like to boost Zillow posts, because our Zillow is fed directly to our traffic team, and so we're getting those leads instead of them being outsourced to realtors. I can get into more detail on that, but for now, we're just going to start the post. So first things first, in this particular example, I'm going to use one of our Zillow communities, Colony Point, as you see here. Okay. So I'm actually just going to click on, say for example, the Armstrong. Okay. So I want to boost this particular home floor plan. Now again, this is just a floor plan. It's not necessarily an address. We could do that too if I chose to, but I'm going to do something more community oriented. As you can see here, it's going to go directly to us at Roush Coleman Homes. If they put in their information here, it's going to capture that information and send it over to our traffic department. That's actually why I want to boost this particular post, because it acts as a landing page. So how do we do that? Well, it's pretty simple, but for those of us that don't know, we're just simply going to copy the link like this, and we're going to take it back over to our Facebook page, and we're going to paste it right here in the body. Now, what a lot of people don't actually realize is that once it uploads this little link here, you don't actually need this link in the body anymore. You notice how when I deleted it, this information stayed. And that's the link. That's if they click on this, then they're going to be taken back over here to Zillow, and they're going to see this particular floor plan. Okay, so what else? What else can we do? Well, what I would recommend is that you add some images to your home. Okay, so for this particular one, we're going to use the image from the Armstrong. Actually, instead of going in and finding that, I'm going to just use a random picture here that's not actually the same floor plan, and then we can add additional images. Now what you see happened is that this link looks a heck of a lot better now. You could even, for training purposes here, you could, instead of putting that image as the first thing that they see, you could go back in and you could select one of our exterior renderings. Say the Armstrong again, the same plan. We're going to use a different one for training purposes just because I don't have it on this computer, but it's going to change the image. And you can, of course, toggle back and forth between those if you want to. This is going to look a lot better when it's done. I'll just kind of state that for now. Okay, so we've got an image, right, because we want to capture their attention. We've got a listing, or at least a little bit of a listing down here, and you can edit that if you want to. And I would actually recommend that you do, especially here. So say, for example, we're trying to draw in a certain crowd to check this thing out. Well, maybe you could put something like this. That would be fine, and just something very simple, but it captures their attention. So own for less than rent, starting at 581, or payments starting at 581, whatever you want to put there. And then, of course, some information down here, or not. It really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. You could change that over to some kind of a drawing or call to action, a contest, a call me now, or zero down is really popular. But really the primary focus here is going to be up in your posting area. So keep in mind that you don't want to put too much content right here. Again, you want them to click on that link below so that they can be taken to your landing page, or maybe you redirect it over to a topic on like a news article, some kind of relevant information, whatever you choose. Or it could just be a picture too, and they don't have to capture any information or be sent over to a landing page. It really just kind of depends on what you want to make of it. Okay, so what I like to do is kind of for branding purpose, I like to put that in most of my listings. And of course that's PI. We'll just specify that here in our oops. Right, so you can put whatever information you find to be relevant, but again, don't just short and sweet. Don't make it too long. Don't try to be too fancy or anything. Don't add 16,000 hashtags to this. You can add a couple if you want to, and then of course we want to target a few folks, like Zillow, for example. We want to target them, and we want to target maybe Roush Coleman Homes. Oop. I just saw it. Okay, so. I don't know why Zillow didn't work. Because that period. This one. All right. So a couple of people that were targeting their audience. The purpose of that is that if you saw, they have a ton of different followers. And of course, Roush Coleman followers are people that are interested in our content and in our homes. Zillow followers are going to be people that are interested in Zillow. So that's very good content to put there. And of course, again, you're just putting the @ symbol and whoever you want to target. You could also target people that you know, or even buyers that you think would be interested. Okay, so that's about it on the post. The next part is actually boosting it. So we're going to come right on down here and we're going to hit boost. Okay. This is where a lot of people get kind of overwhelmed, but it's pretty simple when you break it down. And granted, I've saved my what I call a super selection, and as you can see, it's just extremely detailed. It goes on for more targeting, but let's just go ahead and do this from scratch here, at least a little bit. It's going to come up with some general targets, and that's going to be people that we've already selected through targeting. But if you want to edit that, you can. And I like to make it as broad as possible for mine because I don't represent one specific neighborhood. Now, if you are in one specific neighborhood, and depending on your division leadership, what they recommend as far as cross-selling, you just really want to focus on your surrounding area for the most part. And don't get me wrong, don't limit yourself and limit the number of followers and people that are clicking through. But for example, if you live in Edmond, Oklahoma, you probably don't want to target people out in Texas, as an example. Okay. Now, also on targeting, you can select the area, but more importantly, you can target. Excuse me here, this is not working. Okay. So say for example, other builders, and their 400,000 or 400,000 people that are following them. You can target the school systems. You can target interests and hobbies. So this is really limitless, but again, make sure that you're targeting your competition. A lot of people don't know that you can do that, and so you're marketing to the competition's followers. So that's really important. Okay, so going down, continuing on, that's about it. So you got, again, your demographics and your hobbies and your interests and all that good stuff, and then your geographic locations, and then you've also got a breakdown of those locations right here. You've got your age range, which I typically just take the default, so 18 to 65 plus. I'm not too specific on that. Some people are, and it works very well. I tend to just, again, do more broad marketing myself. Gender, of course, is all. We want men and women and everybody. All right, so once you're done, you just hit save. Okay, so we're going to save the people that we chose through targeting. Okay, or you can specifically target people that are liking your page. This would be perfect for referrals. Or you can target a selection that you've used in the past. All right, so total budget. Once you scroll down again from targeting, you select your budget. Now this is going to be based upon the number of days that you choose. So I typically like to do somewhere between 10 and 15 bucks for at least 7 days. I don't like to do 1 day posts. Not enough people see it. There's not enough exposure. But 7 days, and our traffic team has some ways that they're doing this a little bit different as well, depending on the time of day and the number of days in the initial post and things like that. But I'm not going to get too far in the weeds. Okay. Your payment method, you can put your payment method in. Again, that's very much dependent on you, if you want to pay for it, but also your division leadership and whatever they allow or do not allow. So keep that in mind. All right, so once you set the budget and you agree to the terms and conditions and all that good stuff, it's going to submit the promotion. And that actually did it very quickly, so that I guess they've updated their system in the past couple of days, because that didn't happen like that before. But now, okay, I see what happened. So they've got your boost set, and all you have to do is hit publish, where before it was actually on a different window. So you just hit publish, and that's it. It's going to go into review Once they review it, you're going to get an email or a message notification saying, hey, your ad is approved, congratulations. And it's going to start that clock. You'll start getting leads, and of course, hopefully you'll start converting leads to traffic. That's about it for the Facebook Boost. Hope that's beneficial, and have a great day.